Welcome to Red Chameleon. If you like the video, please smash the like button. Today's Askreddit question is, what is a computer skill everyone should know? Let's get started. How to clean their computers, software and hardware. It's amazing how much some of the machines out there are struggling due to dust and unused software. I just dusted my PC for the first time in over a year. Now it doesn't sound like a jet when I play Skyrim. To just look around and try things. I get so many how do I do X and program Y questions, where I have no clue offhand, so just poke around the UI until I find what they're looking for. That's exactly what I do when my parents ask me for help with the PC. I haven't owned one in about 5 years, so I absolutely don't know how most programs work. I just figure it out while helping them. To actually read what the computer is saying to you, instead of clicking on OK or cancel right away without thinking. It's advice that my stepfather gave me when I was young, and it helped me a lot over the years. Saw my ex click yes on and are you sure you don't want to save the assignment that she spent the past 3 hours doing? And no, autosave was not turned on. Basic Excel for budgeting. Piggybacking off of this, if you are a college grad transitioning into the working world, you should become fluent in Excel because it's something you'll use every day, depending on the industry. Find a set of data online and play around with pivot tables, lookups, index, sumifs, etc. And try to do so with only the use of your keyboard. Because if you can't learn the shortcuts needed to navigate a workbook without the use of a mouse, you'll be probably 50% more efficient than your peers clicking around in a workbook. Some years ago, I was watching my mother input values into a web form. For each field, she went and moved her mouse over the new field she wanted to add info to, and then click on it. After a few times of observing this behavior, I asked her if she knew that tabbing would move to the next field. She didn't. So, tabbing. Recognizing phishing attempts. Hell, recognizing any sort of incoming scam. I was pretty proud and surprised a few months ago. I got an email from a pretty legit looking address, but something about it felt fishy, so I forwarded it to our phishing department. Everything looked good, but the person it was from had literally never asked me to click on a link before, so it got my spidey senses going. The filter always catches that stuff, so I was really surprised that something like that got through, so I fully expected them to tell me it was legit. They replied back almost instantly that it was a test. They'd sent that email to around half of our 50,000 employees, spoofing the firm to be a person in your reporting structure. And the email address was our company name with a hyphen and a word related to our field. And I was one of only 50 or so that actually forwarded it properly. Over 2,000 people clicked on the link, and another few hundred put their email and password in when prompted. Needless to say, we've had a lot of training on picking out phishing attempts since, though it likely won't do any good. How to advanced search and reverse image search on Google. Windows plus Shift plus S to create a new snip. Very handy to share just a bit of your screen and quicker than screenshots. This is useful. I'm always snipping stuff. I was surprised to learn that there were people who didn't know Control F or CMDF for Mac users was a thing. Extremely useful for finding a particular word in a large wall of text. I once had a coworker who didn't know this and was surprised on how I could complete certain Excel lists so quickly or find information in them. She always zoomed them up to 300% and then read each column one by one. I see this in mainly older generations, but I see it at people my age too. People have no clue how to make a PowerPoint, change your home search engine, zoom in, zoom out on pages, how to copy paste, how to print, and will even type Google in the Google search bar. These are basic skills everyone should have nowadays. Not a skill, just common sense. Microsoft is not screening your computer for viruses if someone calls you because they detected a virus in your PC. It is a ducking lie. And the call on the spot. And if you are still curious if it may be real, call them back. Search for the number on their official web page. Also, they won't ask you to install it to connect to your PC. They have a way to connect through a built-in feature in the operative system. TeamViewer or any other software is not their official software. They can do it without installing crap. Source: used to work for their tech support. I couldn't believe people paying up to 4 times the official support fee, if out of warranty, and then paying the MS fee. Are you on Microsoft Word and then realize you are typing in all caps? Highlight the text you want changed and press Shift plus F3. Alt plus Tab is your best friend if you want to do anything funny, or it is the quickest way to move from one application to another. Yes, one Excel spreadsheet open, on Reddit session open. When the boss comes by, Alt plus Tab makes it look like you were surfing Reddit, when everyone knows you were working on a spreadsheet. Reading and critical thought. These might not seem like computer-specific abilities, but in reality many people simply stop doing these as soon as they touch a computer. So it's more like the computer skill is being able to not turn off reading and critical thought. Most everyday computer challenges can be solved by properly reading all the information on the screen and applying a tiny bit of logical reasoning to what it tells you. Honestly, everyone should learn about basic internet knowledge. By this I mean to never click on suspicious links, always fact-check information on social media, etc. If everyone knows about the stuff I said above, we would have far less people being scammed, less people believing in hoaxes, and less computers catching viruses. The easiest way to exit Vim is to restart your computer. In extreme cases, cut the power to your entire building for 10 seconds.